Sawubona, Dumelang, Abshane, and hello everybody. Welcome to the channel. It is Lttle. Today's video is an old video of these little kids who are pretending to be smoking an hookah pipe, also known as Hubby Bubby. Now, I feel like it needs to be talked about. I will be blurring out the images of the kids because they are minors, little kids, but yeah, it says a lot about some of the parents who are raising these kids, the way the parenting skills, in fact the lack of parenting skills. But before I go too deep with about the video, let's check out the video, hear what's been said on the video, then I'll comment afterwards. So let's get to it.
Let's buy him mas Habli ki? Oh, let's see to be Habli.
So on the video, guys, even though you cannot see the little kids, but then you can clearly hear the kids, and also what's being said. The person taking the video is asked the little kids like, "Yo, what are you guys doing?" And the kids respond, "You're smoking Habli."
Jesus Christ.
Which clearly shows that these kids must have seen the somewhere, because it's not like a kid who wake up and be like, "You know what, I decided to play Habli with my friends." Little kids don't do that. They either see it from a parent or from outside, and it also shows the lack of parenting, of the parents of these kids. Because how do you allow your kids to play such a game, or why are you even smoking an hookah pipe near your kids?
Why?
Obviously, the person behind the video was concerned. That's why they took the video, and they even asked, I shall assume it's either a parent or guardian who's watching over these kids, like, "Yo, do you see what these kids are doing?" And the person, to show that they're not really concerned, they just shout the kids' names out, like, "Hey, stop, what you doing?" Stuff like that. But then instead of coming over and reprimanding the kids, because this honestly is bad behavior. Yes, kids are playing, but then kids also absorb information. They may see this as playing, but then as they get older, they may feel like this is right. I'm not bashing anyone who's smoking Habli or who decides to smoke hookah. That's your own decision. As an adult, that's your decision. But then when it comes to little kids pretending and then going on to believing that this is how things are done, then that's a problem. That's a serious problem, because clearly you can see that these kids think that this is a fun thing to do. A lot of people are doing this, since grown people are doing this, meaning that we can do this. And unfortunately, since I cannot show you the faces of the kids in the video, but then I will describe in the video that what they're doing is they have a tin that's filled with water, and they put these plastic pipes in the tin, and they just blowing bubbles in the tin.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Clearly showing that they've seen the summer. They know how an hookah pipe works, how Hubby Bubby works, So it raises a lot of questions, like where did they see this? Who taught them this? Why other parents or whatnot? Because it could be that these kids saw this somewhere else, not even from their parents. They could have seen this on the street, but for the most part, kids imitate their parents, or they imitate people who live close by them, so it's very questionable. There's a lot of questions as to what's going on in this video. Yes, you could say that they could have seen this outside, they could have seen this on the street, but then it raises a whole lot of questions like, this culture of, the Hubby Bubby and hookah pipe, especially within the youth, is it helpful or detrimental? Personally, I think it's detrimental, especially when you see young folks smoking these things, and it's damaging them. And now recently I've learned that, it has gone to an extent where now people are adding in cocaine into these the Oka pipe into the hobbies, which is like taking it to the next step. Back then, when I was in high school, I will admit that I used to smoke the Oka pipe with my friends, but then we only had flavors and it was just for aesthetics, that whole trend and whatnot. But after a while, especially as you get older, it gets boring real fast, real quick, and you move on to that. I won't lie, like right now I find it a bore. I don't find anything interesting, to do with, the Oka pipe. Yes, it's trending, it's trendy right now. People find it, as some type of aesthetic going to a restaurant, and most of the time even restaurants are now offering that. In order for people to get more hungry so they could like buy more and whatnot. But even restaurants, offering that. Before restaurants didn't offer that. It was usually, you would find someone who would bring the pipe over, or it was at a club or something. But now even restaurants are incorporating this, into their businesses, and little kids, mostly majority is the youth. They wanna jump onto this, and the youth are getting even more wilder with this. Like I said, they're adding in cocaine. Before it was, adding in weed, but now they're going the extra length, adding in cocaine, doing all these things. And it's also exposing it to the younger generation, the little kids, the toddlers, because the kids on the videos are actually toddlers. They're not like kids in their teens. They're not teens. They actually, younger than 10 years old. I'll even say, looking at these kids, they could be like 6, 7 years old. Yeah, 5, 6, 7 years, somewhere along that range. Because it's like 4 or 5 kids sitting there, pretending to smoke, pretending to be like adults, basically. And there's a lot to break down from this, guys. It is very concerning. It shows a lack of parenting for the most part. There are people to blame. However, I would not chastise the parents so much, because I cannot see the parents there. I will blame the parents to some degree, but I'll also chastise also the community, the environment they live in. Because you could even say that maybe they might not have seen it from the parents, but from people within the community. So it is very concerning when you see little boys and girls doing these things, thinking that this is how adults, relax and have fun, or else it isn't, But you let me know, guys, what you guys think. How do you feel about this? What's your point of view? Are these kids having harmless fun? Is it all fun and games? Like, am I reading too much into this? Or do you feel the same? Do you feel like, nah, this is not right? Something should be done here. Should we all be concerned at this point? You guys let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys next time. Alright, everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time to view this video. And if you like the content, don't be afraid to click on the like button and also subscribe for more content. Plus, I just want to say that this pandemic has been hard on everyone. We lost a lot of people and there seems to be no end to it. However, as long as we're still living and breathing to see another day, that is a blessing within itself. So if you have people that you love, please let them know how much you love them and how grateful you are to have them in your life. That's it. Sending peace and love through all the frequencies. Catch you guys next time.